Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with Dave's Faves as I'm clonking around getting the CD out. And the one I'm talking about is this baby. Ravel, Schéhérazade, and Berlioz, Les Nuits d'été with Regine Crespin. Now, this disc is such a classic that it's almost irrelevant. I've talked about it before. It's irrelevant for me to even mention it because everyone owns it, right? Don't you? It's just one of the great discs of French song ever in the history of humanity. You've got Ansermet at his very best, gorgeously recorded by Decca, and you've got Regine Crespin, one of the great dramatic soprano French singers of the 20th century. She was a marvel. She really was. She was as much at home in Wagner as she was in French music. She created some of the main roles in Dialogues of the Carmelites. I had the great privilege to see her singing the prioress in Dialogues of the Carmelites at the Met toward the very end of her career. And let me tell you, she sounded marvelous. Not only did she sound marvelous, but they did the opera in English because, Poulenc said that it should be done in the language of the audience, which I think was such a smart thing because he took such care over the musical setting of the words. And her English diction was better than anyone else's out there. It was the most comprehensible. And her death scene in Dialogues of the Carmelites is just, whoa, boy. It was gut-wrenching. It was gripping beyond belief. And, Dialogues of the Carmelites tends to attract audiences of nuns. And, the sobbing and the emotion. You could just feel it. It was palpable. Unbelievable stuff. Boy, she was great. She was just an incredible singing actress. Now, these songs do not demand too much in the way of actressing. They really don't. It's more the art song sort of thing. Stand up and deliver. But boy, does she deliver. And Ansermet and the orchestra sound great. Sometimes the Orchestre de la Suisse Romande could be a little bit iffy. But here they are in top shape. So what do we get? There's some bonuses here too, by the way. So you get Les Nuits d'été, which I have to confess is a song cycle that I've never particularly cared for. The individual songs are very beautiful, but Berlioz never wrote the work as a song cycle. He collected them all later. And the order in which they're performed, which is the order here, strikes me always as wrong. Wrong! It's just wrong! Why is it? Well, because you get Villanelle at the beginning, Combien dois tu m'appelles? Oh, it's about strawberries. I don't know. And then we have the last song, L'île inconnue, which is quite beautiful. And those are the two zippy ones. And in between, there are four unbelievably droopy, dismal, slow songs about death. You get Le Spectre de la Rose. Je suis le spectre de la rose. And then you get Absence and Sur les lagunes and Au cimetière, at the cemetery, to really, the cemetery, well, it's French, at the cemetery, to really, give you a rise. And then you have the beautiful finale. No, there are only two short, quick, perky numbers in Les Nuits d'été, and so Villanelle, to my way of thinking, really should go somewhere in the middle, between Absence and Sur les lagunes, if you do them in that order. That way, you get two sort of droopy ones, but at least you're awake because, it's just starting. And just as you're about to nod off permanently, Villanelle gives you a perk up, and then you get two more droopy ones, and then you can do L'île inconnue and end the thing well. Well, nobody's taken my advice. I just don't understand why. And so you get the normal order. But order aside, the singing is astounding and the performance is glorious. Now, Schéhérazade is a totally different kettle of beans. It really is, because you've got the big, long opening number and then two short, sort of relaxing, mellow, beautiful ones. And it's not a problem. It really isn't a problem. I mean, the two Slider ones are Slider, and they don't try to be anything else, and it's fine. And boy, is the singing great. Oh, it's just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Then we get for Debussy's Trois Chansons de Berlioz, and with John Wustman piano, and 7 Poulenc songs, chansons. You get Chanson d'Orquenise, and you get Hôtel, which is one of his great ones, and Le Carafon, and La Reine de Coeur, and Les Gueux qui vont à la fête, and you get Si, which is one of the great, great French art songs ever. Ever! You hear me? Si, it's called. And Fête Galante. It's an amazing, amazing French song recital by one of the most magnificent French singers, Regine Crespin. You got to own it. I mean, if you don't, you just have to. You have to get it anyway. Whether you like it or not, you have to own it. It must be in your collection, or you'll be considered an utter Philistine musically, as Anna Russell would have said. So, keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.